Sufficient storage just hit my screen. All right, 10-4. Yo, Mr. Frank, we're going to restart the questions. Is that okay with you, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right. So, Sir Frank, what is your in-game name and current level
Can
again?
I get a colonel at
My
HQ,
in-game
please?
name is Frank Guzman, and I'm at level 30.
Do you meet all our basic requirements? Do you have a working mic? Do you speak fluent English? Are you 18 years or older and a level 5? No active violations and no criminal activity.
Yes, sir.
Have you been in any faction before? If so, why would you leave?
Yes, I have been in the army before. I was a past lieutenant general. The reason why I'll leave is because I went on a vacation. I've been playing from 2023, but I went on a vacation.
Okay. So, did you have any past strikes, suspensions, or disciplinary actions while you were in the faction?
No, sir. I don't have any of those.
10-4, 10-4. So, what are some skills and strengths you'll bring to the Linwood Army, sir?
Some skills and skills that I bring. Great leadership. You know, things like that. Hope to teach and learn from other people and stuff like that. I have, as I said, leadership. I hope to rank up and help with the army to lead the peoples and stuff like that.
10-4. Love the answer. So, how would you respond if given an order you just personally do not agree with, Mr. Frank, sir?
I would, as I know, a higher up would tell me something that wrong. So if I would not basically wouldn't agree with it. But if I don't really agree, I would go to a higher up or something like that to say, like, if they could call a meeting or something like that to fully break it down.
I respect that answer. I really do. So, how would you handle disrespect from another soldier, sir?
I would report it to a higher up, someone that's rank is higher than mine, and let them have a talk with them.
10-4, 10-4. So, what does discipline mean to you in a faction like the Linwood Army, Mr. Guzman?
Discipline mean you take everything, to be in this army, like manners and things like that. No disrespectful, no disrespectful thoughts and things like that. And your action.
10-4, 10-4. So, what the heck? If a superior, if a higher up corrected or reprimanded you in front of others, how would you act?
I wouldn't act anyway because it must be because of my action or something that I did. I trust my higher ups.
Yes, sir, as you should. We would not stir you the wrong way. So, do you understand and accept the importance of following the chain of command, sir?
Yes, sir.
10-4. How active are you daily and weekly? I know you said you went on vacation last time. It must have been a really long vacation.
Yes, sir. But I'm active now, cause sometimes I have work, but I will try my best to play 6 to 3 hours a day.
How about weekly?
Or weekly. Yeah, I will be mostly active, like in the nights and stuff like that, and in the day. I will be active every day for the week.
10-4, 10-4, 10-4. We're looking for active soldiers, sir. So, are you willing to attend training and operations and events on time?
Yes, sir.
10-4. What would you do if you were reprimanded or demoted for misconduct?
As I said before, it must be because of my action that I did or something like that.
10-4, 10-4. That's a trick question. So, how would you ensure you would remain active and reliable within the Army?
by logging in daily and stuff like that, and staying on for a long while, like for 3 hours to 4 hours, or for maybe 8 or 6.
10-4. So, why do you want to join the army?
I want to join the army to serve and protect and help make this army base a better place.
We're looking for great soldiers. You sound like a great soldier so far. So, what does loyalty mean to you in the context of a faction like the Lynwood Army?
Loyalty mean everything, like we are one family.
Yes, sir. We all got to work together and see it through. If we have any like disagreements within this other soldiers or somebody higher than us or somebody lower than us. So, where do you see yourself in the next to 3 to 4 months in the Lynwood Army?
I see myself getting ranked up and stuff like that, getting promoted and help leading other recruits that's new, like myself here, as you guys helping me out.
Nice, nice, nice. So, if you were promoted, how would you lead and set an example for others?
I would lead them in the right way, like if I see them doing something wrong, I would correct them and say, don't do that, and lead them into the right part.
Yes, sir. So, if a fellow soldier refuses to follow direct orders during training or an operation, how would you handle that situation?
I would tell, as you're speaking, like if I get promoted as a higher up, or
In any position, if you're a soft head and you see a fellow soldier just not following orders, or if you were a captain, like if you seen somebody not following orders, how would you handle it?
I would talk to them like face to face, like saying something, like try to correct them, like man to man. But if they're not listening, I will have to report that situation to a higher up, immediately.
Exactly. That's where loyalty comes in at, because we don't want to see no soldier left behind.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So if you hear wrong information over the walkie-talkie, how would you respond?
I would text them. If they're saying, if it's a wrong information that's sent, or said on the walkie talkie that should not said, I would tell them that, or text them and said, bro, look, you have sent it on the wrong walkie talkie or something like that, wrong information, misconduct information. Depends on how bad what they said on the walkie talkie.
I like that. I like that. All right. Imagine two soldiers start arguing during duty. How would you resolve that argument they're having?
I would try to break down the argument, but if it, as I said before, if it's getting out of conduct, or I can't handle the situation, I would immediately report it to a higher up.
10-4. So, do you understand that failure to remain active, disciplined, and respectful will lead to consequences, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right. Are you ready to commit fully to serving the Linwood Army with loyalty and respect?
Yes, sir.
I love it. Do you have any questions before we proceed?
No, sir, I don't have any question.
10-4. Darian, you could cut the BC.